Paddle. What I hit? I hit something. Anybody out there? Hello, hello. Can you hear me? I got a new mic, and I don't know if make sure you can hear me. Okay, cool deal. What's up, Mr. Garcia? So we are here out on my job site, and as I had on my last live, I just picked up these new styrofoam forms. They are Easy Form, Monoslab by Easy Form, which is an ICF, an insulated concrete form. I'm going to be doing a Monoslab for my house. Probably the reason why I picked that was because the grade. A lot of times here in Tennessee, it's very hilly, but I had some logging done, and I had a dozer come in here and cut it flat. So a crawl space really wasn't. It had just been a waste of money. And then I would have had to build it up so high out of the ground to actually be able to function, you know, to be able to crawl under the house and use a crawl space. So it was more cost effective to do a slab. So I got to looking, and I was wanting to do a mono slab because I am going to be heating the floor with radiant heat, and you need that thermal break between your slab and the outside. I've done it a couple times on previous houses before. I really didn't know nothing, and I did not have that thermal break. And the cold will definitely, it will come into the house. It will get into the slab, and it's just not energy efficient at all. So the more insulation, of course, the better your slab is going to hold up and hold that heat, excuse me, in the concrete itself. So here is my styrofoam form. I tried to look up, you know, and see the R values on it, try to do some read. I'm not a connoisseur of insulation, so I have been trying to do some reading on it and research and figure out, you know, R values and stuff. This is a 16-inch tall by 16-inch wide form. If I understand it right, the horizontal R value is R61. So I don't know how exactly that. You know, I guess that comes from the ground up. That's what you got when, you know, the elements hit it, and it's actually underneath here is got an R61 R value. So frost heave is not really an issue with this because it comes out. You have frost protection because it comes out 16 inches. So I was having kind of a difficult time with this, but after it was said and done, we put a brick ledge detail on there. And I'm really happy with it, just because when we were setting the forms, we set them to the string. You're using this 2x8, it just kind of sticks in here. Some of the forms were bowed, some of them were not super, you know, straight as a string. So we did have to do some fudging. So that left me with no adjustability for the top of my slab. So I was kind of disappointed about that. But once I got to thinking about, I was gonna have to have brick. I needed a brick ledge, so I got to thinking about what I was going to do for my brick ledge detail, and I was like, well, I can just raise that up a quarter inch above all of this, or whatever I needed to, and that will eliminate all my up and downs. I can actually set it with the transit, and then I can pour my concrete and use it as a screed board, you know, right there. So once we got it figured out, and I had all that figured out, it definitely, I think, is really going to be a good system. And another thing is once you put it down, we do have some I don't know if you can see that, I might have to turn it around. I do have some minimal, you know, blocking to hold the concrete, but you can go ahead and backfill up against it, as we did here. I've got limestone. I use number 7 limestone, which is 3/8 to 1/2 inch clean washed limestone. So that keeps the weight on your form you know, up here. So once the concrete gets poured, you know, it's not going to be pushing and relying on just some bracing. So you do have the earth to actually help you hold that back. So what we got here? Oh, cool. Let me see. Hopefully it won't get too bouncy on you. I do have the motion activated, or the stable with the iPhone 15, but I don't know if that's an option on on the live. Let me see if I can turn it. I don't think I can turn it around while I'm filming. So maybe it won't get too shaky on you. Let me turn you around. Let's see. All right. Y'all still with me? I don't know if you can still. Oh, there's Logan Pierpoint, son. All right, so as I was saying about the brick ledge detail, I took two 2x4s, we screwed them together, and then we used some timber screws. I got some 6-inch timber screws that we screwed through the outside into this. So we started here, I set this, you know, to grade with the laser, and then we just kind of lasered around each side. That way, because the brick ledge is actually a form spot in the concrete, that way your brick will set in it. So once the concrete gets poured to this level, we will take these forms out, then we will have a place to set the brick, you know, just like so. And that will, but then again, this has got a place that we can screed, and then I can keep the forms, you know, super straight all throughout. All right, so if you can see here, this is a new type of floor insulation, slab insulation. I've never used it before. I had to drive a couple hours to get it. It is Halo, is the Halo Subterra. It is 1.5 inches thick. It's got a vapor barrier basically on the front and the back side. So they say if you put this in as your floor insulation, you don't have to use a 6 mil poly, you know, additionally on top of this. So that's good, that cuts that out. This is an EPS foam, which is the styrofoam BBs. And of course you've got the, I guess it's XPS foam, which is a rigid foam, blue board or whatever. This is supposed to be better. This will hold its R value. It won't lose its R value versus the XPS. The XPS is very rigid. It breaks. It's brittle. You know, you can barely, you know, if you push it too much, it'll just snap. It'll just break. This you can actually, I mean, you can almost bow it back to, you know, on itself. So it is better to be able to set it on your gravel. You can walk on it. It takes a lot more abuse, and then but the thing is, you know, it does hold its R value, and it acts as a vapor barrier. So that is cool. The cost point for these are 4x8 sheets. I think I give $30, I guess it's like $30.50 or something like that, a sheet. So it's very, I think it was actually, I priced 1 inch rigid foam, the XPS, and it was like $38. So this is actually a little more cost effective, and you don't have to use plastic, and you can glue to it versus like here, we took blocks, cut them. I just took some spray foam, we sprayed it here. You can glue these together really well. The XPS is a lot harder to, you know, for the glue to bond to that really slick surface. But we created this little dam right here. So I ripped this 10.5 inches. My floor is going to be 4 inches. I've got 1.5 inch foam. So I ripped this 10.5 inches. We will take gravel, we will fill it up to the top of it, and then I put the blocking just to keep, you know, keep this from caving in and keep this part of the Monoslab, because the Monoslab, the good thing about, you know, you're wanting your floor and your footing, your wall and your footing to be poured as one, because that's what, you know, gives it its strength. But as soon as the gravel gets up to here, let me get a piece of foam. And I'll be able to show you over there a little better. But once we get the gravel up to grade, we can then take some foam. This will sit on top of it. This gives me structural integrity for the foam, you know, of course, to set on. It's not going to smash. We'll get it foamed down. We'll probably even tape it. And that keeps, once we start pouring concrete, it's not going to, that'll actually help hold. It won't blow up, you know what I mean, the concrete. You don't have to worry about, as you're pouring the concrete, if I didn't have this to glue down to, you know, it's not going to be, it could potentially get up into your concrete. So that will keep it nice and firm. Like I said, it'll be sitting on there. Concrete will be here, get poured off into here. We'll get everything poured. Then we'll come back, just remove these screws, and then just take the forms out, and we will have a void in the concrete to where our brick will set in there. And of course we used 1/2-inch bar, ran around there just to give this brick ledge some structural integrity, and just to help to hold that little knee wall, you know, in place as well. Let's see. All this gravel is up to grade. We'll probably come back and very slightly tamp it, maybe one time, and then we will be ready to set. We will be ready to set our insulation on top of it. Then I've got wire sheets that will go on top of that, and then I've got some 1/2-inch oxygen barrier PEX that we will then start running as my radiant tubing that will get strapped to the tied to the wire and give it something to hold on to. You can get the when I was looking, of course, like I said, I had to go 2 hours to get that foam. They do make floor, I think it's neat heat or something like that you can actually run the tubing in, but I couldn't even find a dealer that was even close to picking it up. That would make that step a lot easier, but it wasn't an option. So we're going to use the 4x8 sheets, tape them all down, use the wire concrete reinforcing sheet, you know, and then tie the PEX to that. So I don't know. I just thought I would get out here and give you a little peek on some of the details that I had going on before we do get it poured. Once we get it poured, of course, you're not going to see it. And hopefully, I don't know, we'll try to have it, I don't know, with being New Year's Day tomorrow, I don't know if I'll actually be able to get the concrete guy here next week or not, but hopefully we will be ready for him. I got to get my guy Logan Pierpoint out here. He's got to do we got to do a termite pre-treat. So on all my houses in Tennessee, you really need to pre-treat because termites are really bad here. So on all my homes, that is included in anything I do. It is a must-have. Like on the easy form, the Monoslab, the styrofoam forms, they say to use wooden stakes. I did not. I used rebar. I'll show you just because of that fact, the termite fact. If I had wooden rods all the way around my house, that's just candy for the termites. Let me see if I could show you. I don't know, maybe too far down. Yeah, it's kind of too far down. But we just cut pieces of rebar, drove them in 3 per section. The styrofoam forms are 8 feet long. So we did three about 2 foot long pieces of rebar just to kind of hold it. They don't really hold a whole lot. So that's when we came back and we used the stiff backs on there. We just use them on every 8 foot, and then the gravel holds it the rest of the way. So it's coming together. All the plumbing on this end of the house is done. Of course, over here, we don't have anything done here. But another cool thing is we are going to be installing an ICF storm room. We are in Tennessee. We do have storms, tornadoes. So part of our closet, which is in this corner, will be I'm gonna use a new Dura brand is the blocks that I use. I've been using those for a long time. I really like them. It'll be a 6-inch concrete wall, 6-inch concrete lid with a triple bolted storm door. That way we have a place to get into, get out of harm's way, since we don't have a basement. A lot of houses here, a lot of houses I build do have basements, and we actually do put storm rooms in basements as well. But we're above grade, so we're gonna have to do a little footing detail, stub up our rebar, and then we'll be able to start stacking our ICFs. So that is a cool system, and then we'll get our plumbing in here, get our rock in here, and get it all ready to go. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully this week we will be ready for the concrete guy. I don't know. Y'all have any questions? If anybody's still on there, if I can read them. Hopefully my cell service is held up. It's been a lot better since I got AT&T. I used to have Verizon for a long time, and I can see the cell tower, and it was horrible. I still could only have like 1 bar, so it's showing 5G on the AT&T. So hopefully the services come good. Okay, cool deal. So any questions? If not, I hope y'all have a safe and happy New Year's Eve. I might even get to have a cold beer with Logan. Logan, he works for Serval, which is the company that does all my termite pre-treating. He does a lot of stuff like that, or he works for him. He's been working for him several years, but I might see him tonight. And then the garage. The garage will go here. I did buy extra of the ICF forms to do that. I don't know. I probably didn't have to, but I did. I bought those to make it get home a little easier with them. Back porch. Gonna have a very good back porch, probably 12 feet deep, 42 or 3 feet long. Have a big ass fireplace at that end. Nice outdoor living space. And then all that corner over there will be my front porch. So we're getting excited. I'm getting excited. I am located in Big Sandy, Tennessee. It's northwest Tennessee. If you look on the map, there's over to the north, very top left-hand corner, there's the lakes that come down. You can see the little lakes. If you go to the lake and follow the point right there, we're right there. We're like a lake community, retirement community. Let's see, did you run around hustling with customer small jobs until you had enough capital to start your own builds? Yeah, yes, I did, man. I did anything and everything. I mean, I started at the bottom. First thing, I think the first job I ever had I'd put a screen door in. I have done, man, my nose is running. Sorry. I have done anything and everything besides HVAC that has to do with the house. I've done framing, I've done blocks, I've done bricks, I've done siding, roofing, just every bit of it. But yes, I hustled my ass off, and yes, I did. I do have a video, members only video that kind of goes, I'm going to go through all this process, because a lot of stuff I didn't know. I couldn't get on somewhere. We didn't have YouTube back, I had it, but you know what I mean? It wasn't like what it is now. So I couldn't get on there and, you know, what to expect getting my contractor's license. So there is a lot involved in capital. I wish I'd have known about capital, needing the capital, you know, to get my license, but I've done it and I have raised it up. So that yes, to answer your question, yes. I don't know what a brick squat. A brick squat. I don't know what the brick squat is, unless I said it wrong. Let's see. Personal home. Yes, this is my home, my very last home. Right now, we are living in my barn. It's like a barn dominium. It's a 40 by 60 shop. I got a 16 by 60 lean-to on this side that is all living quarters, and a 16 by 60 lean-to on the far side that is for storage, my truck and trailer and all that stuff to park underneath there. But yes, this will be my personal home. We got 10 acres, built that several years ago, and my in-laws live directly. I'll show you my in-laws. They're out there at the pond. They're out there doing a little fishing. So this is gonna be our last home. This is our third home to build, so I don't want to move anymore. What do you think of barn doors? I think they're cool. Like I said, I live in one. So it is definitely a cool concept. I think they're kind of, kind of like a fad right now, I guess you could say. There's a ton going up, and everybody putting all this stuff into them. They're making them like a home. So really, once you get down to it, because you want all the features of what a home's got. So by the time you do all that, you've basically got a house just with metal siding. So. Have you used leverage debt to fund any of your own projects? If so, no, I have not. I don't even do spec houses. I've never built a spec house. I've always been so busy. I've never had a chance to do that. So everything I do is all custom homes for clients. And a lot of times now there's no budgets. We just go up and we start building. They tell me what they want, and we just start going. So as far as having to do all the loan stuff, I don't have to even deal with that, because I'm not that type of builder. So I think I just maybe answered that, Mr. Barber. Hopefully I said that right. So hopefully my mic worked and it's not blowing like crazy. Oh, let's see. All right, that's what we got. Hopefully I got all your questions answered, and I may do this on a weekly basis. I don't know. I know I had stuff like Mr. Pierpoint. Got it, coach, son. I'll do it. I got to bring you a sticker too, because you are a member. Yes, sir. I do have memberships. Like I said, I think I'd kind of like doing this every week. Just kind of do a project update. I'm not as nervous today as I was the other day. But so I don't know. But I am going to do giveaways. I think you really need to be a member to do that, just because I ain't giving away no crap. So, but the project update, I've been thinking about it. I think that would be kind of cool, because everything I got on video, I'm still not done. I still got quite a bit of video to put out on the Melton Farm project. We still got a bunch to do on there. We're done with the house. We're waiting on countertops, but as far as, we're not even working there. So we're done with that. But, I've got maybe 3-4 more months worth of just stuff to put out on video, and before I even start this. So this will give you a member, like members, you'll see what we're doing on a weekly basis, up close, see some details like that. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Thank you. Thank you for watching. That's, dude, I think about it. I used to watch This Old House all the time. You know, like I guess it came on Saturday mornings, and that was it. I don't know. I always liked the Woodwright, and I don't know. Remember the other one that had maybe it was a husband and wife, and they always had a show. So that's usually what I did on Saturday mornings when I was in high school, or even younger than that. But all right, so I'm gonna get off here. Y'all have a wonderful and safe New Year's Eve. Don't hit it too hard. Call somebody if you need to. So Logan, I'll see you later, son. Y'all have a good afternoon and good evening. Bye. Can you get off of here?